is day 2 of Coney Craftoween 2020. I've already received a tremendous amount of positive feedback transitioning to the blog format, and that has me really excited. I've received a lot of communication from folks, and a lot of you are focusing on the same, well, 2 things, and I feel like I should go ahead and address them. So, the first thing, there are things that we become aware of in our lives that we can tell, even if we aren't sure that they're impacting us personally. We can tell that they're going to have a really negative impact on ourselves, on people we care about. And sometimes the way to deal with those things is just to square off, head on, get it done. Really important stuff, things like social injustice. Other times we encounter things that we can tell are going to be pretty negative for ourselves or for people we care about. And in order to make sure that we preserve the resources we need to fight those truly important fights, we need to engage in reducing our exposure to stuff that we just know is just going to freak us out. Even if we haven't fully experienced it, it's probably a good thing to avoid it and not give any of our attention to it. For me, that thing is Watership Down. I know there could be no more perfect thing for Coney Craftoween than Watership Down. I mean, cute, fluffy little animals in a bucolic setting, dealing with horrible societal situations. It's perfect, but I just can't do it. I don't know if it's because when I was a child in the 1970s, it was this thing that everybody was talking about, and not in a good way. I remember overhearing a lot of adult conversations about how I started reading this book about rabbits, and then I was horrified, and oh my goodness, this is important, and everyone should be forced to read it and learn. And I even remember some people who knew about it and wanted to be, all hip and cool and talk about it, but didn't understand the situation. So there were even some children's birthday parties I went to where copies of Watership Down were given to kindergartners as gifts because, hey, bunnies should be okay for little kids, right? Yeah, well, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I've never read the whole thing. I've never seen any of the various media versions of the thing. I've seen art inspired by it. I've heard people talk about it, but I just can't do it. I don't choose to give my attention to it. So, go ahead, Watership Down on your own time. The second thing I want to talk about is rabbit recipes. I've received so many inquiries about how, hey, are you going to have a rabbit feast for Coney Craftoween? Well, the answer is no. From the very first Craftoween, which was Corvid Craftoween in 2009, the precedent was set that whatever the official mascot creature of the event was, there would not be recipes involved in cooking that creature. That continued to the second Craftoween, which focused on owls. In 2017, for Creepy Crawly Craftoween, I did not present any arachnid recipes. And last year, Crypto Craftoween, which focused on cryptids specifically, Loch Ness Monster, Sasquatch, and Yeti, I didn't produce any recipes to cook any of those unique beings. I didn't even, research that, actually, but I'm pretty sure somewhere out there in the world there is a recipe for Loch Ness Monster tail. I don't know. Anyway, no. I just think it's in poor taste to cook the proverbial grand guest to the party for the luncheon. So we're not going to do that. It could be argued that serving the guest of honor as the luncheon entree is a terribly, very folklore thing to do, but precedent has already been set for the past decade. Now, there will be recipes about rabbit-inspired treats that are made in the image of rabbits, or that are involve food or legend or lore, whatever about rabbits, but nope, sorry. Hass and Pfeffer will not be on the Coney Craftoween menu.